I always talk about the importance of being vulnerable and sharing your personal journeys, especially in content, but I haven't, again, been following my own advice, and I kind of wanted to share why. And I think right now, whoever's watching, I think I just want to document this journey of, I want to say life and what it's really like, because a lot of the times, I don't even tell people that I'm busy, but everyone around me, family and friends, they all tell me, Olivia, you're so busy. Like, I feel like I can't even invite you to anything. And first of all, it might be also because I don't like going out. If you ever invite me to like go out on a Friday night and like go to a bar, like I will never say yes. So maybe that's one. I would rather work and I'd rather read and I'd rather stay in bed and cuddle with my dog and watch my favorite K-dramas. That's what brings me actual joy. So that's just who I am. So that could be number one. But number two, I think there's this facade that my energy and my the way I carry myself and the way I communicate tends to play that a lot of people think I'm this successful like older sister figure who has figured everything out. Like dad couldn't be furthest from the truth. And I wanted to expose myself. Um and I know my previous video stopped recording, so today I'm looking at the selfie video. Thank you for letting me know. But mainly, I wanted to talk about what my brain has been going through and my heart as well, because this is supposed to be one of the most exciting moments in my life. Your girl is finally moving out of her mom's apartment. Woo! And I was so excited doing the apartment hunting and like filling out application. It felt like I was applying to colleges again. And what happened yesterday was, actually this past weekend, I found this apartment that I really love. And I was like, this is it. This is it. This is the place. Um, I was stuck between choosing a high-rise modern apartment that has amazing amenities and like workspaces, perfect for creators, versus this tiny like villa-looking apartment, which is about the same price as the luxury high rise for some reason, but it's like low rise building, like 2 3 floors, a lot of nature and a lot of fence areas for dogs to run around with. And um I don't know where she is right now, Isada, but I have a dog whom I really, really love. She's my younger sister. And her joy and her happiness really matters to me. And I knew that even though if I'm being completely selfish, high rise all the way. If I think about my dog's happiness, low rise, lots of nature, lots of spaces for her to run around in and pee poo freely in. So I decided on that apartment. Applied, no, I didn't. I reserved the price for 48 hours and toured the place, loved it. And there's a lot of sunlight coming in too. And it's a very unique angled apartment. And as someone who always wanted to live in like a little, like, what you call it, attic, like, I think living in an attic is so like romantic and like it's such a vibe because it's so unique. So I kind of got that unique, not like attic vibe, but it was cool. Okay, so I decided on that, and I actually asked the office for a longer lease term instead of 12 months. I was like, you know what, this price is pretty good, so let's go with the 15 months. And I got the updated lease, and I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to send my updated bank statement and like all the pay stubs. It can wait. No one's gonna take it anyways. Like all the apartments are still available. Wake up the next day, and early too. That was the first thing I checked. And I was like, all right, I'm ready to get this apartment. Check the website. It's gone. And I'm like, it must be because I locked down the price. But then, like, part of me was getting really anxious. So I called them when they opened at 10 a.m. And I called them, like, frantically, like, so the apartment that I wanted is gone. And I wanted to ask if it's because I locked the price down. And they were like, no, Olivia, I wanted to call you about that. Someone applied last night. And dude, the sheer, like, I think my heart broke a little. I could hear it. And then I pretended to be all right. I was sad, but as soon as I hung up the call, like I broke down. I cried. And sure, part of it was because I couldn't get the apartment, but most of it was because of how upset and disappointed I was at myself. Like, what I told myself was, here we go again, Olivia. You push something back, something that's so important and should have been urgent priority on your to-do list. You pushed it not even one day. Like, cuz I got the new updated lease at like 5, 6 in the evening. So like what? Like not even 12, 17 hours later it's gone. Which means, and the fact that I had to ask, like, when did that person apply? And it was the night before, as in, if I submitted the application the second I got it, I would have locked it down and it would have been off the market. But because I waited more than that, it was gone. And that hasn't happened to me for so long. I think the last time I remember something like that happening is back when I had a 9 to 5 and I didn't get a promotion. And then the time before that was in college when I couldn't get into the class that I really wanted to. So this to me was a big like hit in the head, and then helped me realize like, dude, like the universe, how this world works, it rewards speed. It rewards speed and action. And I know that as someone who, oh, hello baby, here's my dog. Come here, baby. Here, you're so cute. Come here. Hi, baby. Whoa. She always wants to cuddle under my desk. Hi, baby. You're so cute. My emotional support dog. She's actually a certified emotional support dog, and she's so emotionally supportive, aren't you, baby? Oh, when I saved her from South Korea, who knew you'd be the one saving me? That's right, baby. But, anyways, yeah, the world rewards time and speed, but here I was again delaying, and I don't even know what was going through my mind. I just didn't want to do it right away. Why do we wait, right? So I had an extreme breakdown. As stupid as it sounds, it was such a big deal to me. Because your happiness matters so much to me. But after a while, cutest thing. I was crying underneath this desk right here. And then, of course, Suri, my dog, crawls over to me, puts her little paw on my leg, and just starts like yipping. Yip. And then she like cuddled me and gave me kisses. And that kind of helped me to get out of that lack mindset and help me realize, why am I hung up on this? Like, this isn't the only apartment in the neighborhood. I'm paying them to be able to move in. They should be grateful. And then another thing is, you know what? Like, this must be a sign. Maybe God wants me to move into somewhere different. Maybe there's a better place for me. So, after a while, I decided, okay, time to apply to a new apartment. So that was my first breakdown. And I wanted to share this vulnerable story with you because, yeah, the world doesn't go as planned. The world doesn't always go as you want it to. And it's frustrating. It can be really upsetting. Especially maybe as an only child and who also has like ADHD. It it plays such a big mental toll and weight to a point where the whole day could have gone into crumbled into ruins, you know what I mean? But lack of the better terms. But when you're able to get yourself out of that, and realize and walk in faith that everything happens for a reason and that there's a better plan. Oh, let me hide my number. There's a better plan that you can't even think of at the moment. Like if you completely have faith in that, makes it better. Because if you really believe that everything happens for a reason, that means the apartment there's now I feel like I'm using it as an excuse, but the real lesson is sure, not everything goes as planned, but in order for you to get what you want, take freaking action. Like, if there's something that you've been delaying and pushing back for days, if not weeks, do it now, like right now, because the world's not gonna wait. If you're in high school and if you turn in your homework late, who cares? The teacher's gonna be like, okay, you get minus points, and that can affect your grade. In real life, dude, like in adulthood, that can mess up so many things. You can't miss the deadline for taxes, which I almost did. And you can't miss the deadline for paying rent. That's gonna F up your credit score. There's so many consequences. And self discipline and time management and setting priorities and doing things on time is one of the biggest skills that you have to develop and just lock in. So, just wanted to share that. Um, and if you're not there, look at me. I'm freaking 32 and I'm still figuring shit out. So, you're okay. But don't don't delay things for too long. Yeah. Okay, that's the end of my today's yap. Bye.